All right, looks like we're up and running. So at this point, we will go ahead and call the February 8th LAFCO regular meeting to order. And we will start with the flag salute. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, can we start with a roll call, please?
Commissioner Alpine. Commissioner Alpine.
Oh, here.
Commissioner Gustafson.
Here.
Commissioner Mendonça.
Here.
Commissioner Rohan. Commissioner Stevens.
Here.
Commissioner Landon she's online, but she is not voting today. Alternate Commissioner Holmes. Alternate Commissioner Carl. Alternate Commissioner Nisley. Alternate Commissioner Starsky. And Chair Burris.
All right, here. Do we have any changes to the agenda order?
No changes from staff, Chair.
All right, and I entertain a motion to approve the agenda order.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. We'll go ahead and move to public comment. Do we have any public comment on items not on the agenda? I do see, okay, so Albert Schreiber, this item is not on the agenda today, so if you want to come forward, you can go ahead and speak.
Yeah, good afternoon. Albert Schreiber. I was up here at the podium at the last meeting and discussing the MSR, Village 5, Sudby, NEQ, Village 7 stuff. I think I have a better understanding now of after that meeting of how the MSR and stuff go together as far as the MSR is a document, as you guys referred to it. So I still have the same point that I would like to try to get across to this commission, and that is when the time comes, I think Sudby, NEQ, as well as Village 7 should be put through the annexation process. I don't believe that, and as far as the Village 7, the majority of that property that the city wants to annex, City of Lincoln, is owned by me. And there was like 3 conditions that I mentioned at the last meeting that I still hold. I would still hold to those that I'd like to see happen. But I don't think Village 5 should move forward. I think there's a number of reasons why. Unfortunately, I only have a minute and a half left, so I can't go through all of them. But you know, public safety is a big one. The City of Lincoln has yet to increase their fire and police numbers like they should. The majority of what they've added lately is because of a temporary tax deal with the county and the COVID money. So in my opinion, they haven't shown that they can do their responsibility and increase the fire and police on their own merit. That being said, there has been an extensive amount of turnover at the City of Lincoln, including the city manager. The new one's been there about a year now. And so I would like to see this commission approve those 2 projects. They're smaller projects. Let the new city manager see if he can, you know, do the citizens right by increasing police and fire, the main public safety items, before you give them 5,000 acres to see if they can manage that. And it's been said in this room, this podium, that Richland has spent a lot of time and money on the Village 5 project, and that's all great, but time and money don't make a good project. It should make a great project, the amount of time and money that they've spent, but in this case, in my opinion, it doesn't. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any additional public comment on items not on today's agenda? Anything online? All right, seeing none, we will go ahead and move into the consent calendar. Motion, anything on the consent calendar will be moved on in one blanket motion. Anyone's welcome to pull an item from consent for discussion. Would anyone like to pull anything from the consent calendar? All right, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
All right, I got a motion and a second from Jim. All in favor? Aye. All right, no abstentions, no opposed. Perfect. Motion passes. Moving into business items, we'll start with item A, mid-year budget status.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chair. That was the draft
Oh,
agenda. We have a new agenda
oh,
posted.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I have the wrong one.
It's
Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go straight to the MSR study update. City
yes.
of Rocklin.
So I just want to briefly go back to our, I believe it was our August meeting when we looked at the municipal service review schedule for the next 5 years. And we had identified the city of Rocklin as well as the South Placer MUD as group 5. Now this chart, if you recall, doesn't have a start date, and it was really dependent on the schedules and what the cities and the special districts need as far as studies and so we have group 5, as I mentioned, in Peach, Rocklin, and South Placer MUD, and I had anticipated that the South Placer MUD district would need a service review in 2023. But it looks like Rocklin is also wanting to come forward with a couple of annexations, 1, maybe 2 annexations. So given the timeline for both the district and the city, I'm recommending that we go ahead and for staff to work with the 2 agencies and to develop a scope of service and request for proposal, which your commission will have to approve later. I do want to amend the staff recommendation a little bit. As we had discussed previously, we were going to do regions. You know, the commission can conduct studies by region, by agency, by service, et cetera. And we had talked about doing by region because we are far behind. But because these two agencies have projects that are in a rush, I don't want to tie one up and, you know, combine the 2. So I would like, with your approval, to issue 2 RFPs, which you will be asked to consider either at our next meeting or the subsequent meeting.
Perfect. I'm definitely in full support of splitting those up, especially after what we've recently experienced and then the new information we know about the scope of work for the South Placer Municipal Utility Service. I don't want to combine that with Rocklin. So does anybody have any other?
Yeah, I just have a question. Is this annexation, is this for South Placer to annex into the city of Rocklin? I mean, South Placer MUD?
No, it's 2 separate projects. So for the South Placer MUD, they have various islands, so not unincorporated islands, but islands that they are providing services through a contract, you know, the 56133 section of the government code. So what they would like to do is be able to annex those areas in, and what the advantage to that is that those residents will be able to vote in elections, et cetera. They will be within the district boundary.
Oh.
So right now they receive services, but they are not able to participate fully.
Oh, okay.
With the city of Rocklin, they have at least 1 island annexation, which used to be a Caltrans right of way that they would like to bring in. And they are looking at other islands potentially for annexation.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Any other comments from the board? All right, well, I feel comfortable that we have a solid recommendation on the floor from staff, and I understand it to be amended to separate the request for proposals. I'll entertain a motion. Perfect. What's that?
Public comment.
Oh, I apologize. I did not take public comment. All right, do we have any public comment on this particular item? All right, seeing none.
I'll second.
Perfect. Awesome. All in favor? Aye. All right, motion passes. Moving to item B, LAFCO public members. This is for the commission to provide direction to staff for the public and alternate public members for the next term from 2023 to 2027.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I just want to make one quick correction on my staff report because I said that the commission must appoint a public member and an alternate public member. That was in my previous LAFCO. With this LAFCO, it's may appoint an alternate public member. But I strongly suggest that the commission appoint an alternate because, you know, like today, our regular voting member is not able to attend, and so we have our alternate. And it's also good to have someone in the wings for, you know, succession.
Yeah.
So that's my correction. The only request that I make is for you to provide direction to staff. If you would like us to go out for a recruitment, alternatively, you may appoint your existing regular public member and alternate public member.
Perfect. Okay, well, we'll open it up for board discussion.
So is someone stepping down from the LAFCO that's a public member?
No, honestly, it took months, as Commissioner Stevens will testify, for the special district member.
Oh.
It's just, you know, we have to go through a process.
Mhm.
And so I thought we would start now so that we don't have the lag that we experienced last year with Commissioner Stevens' seat.
All right, thank you.
What do you mean? I want a landslide?
You did, but it took us months.
I would say, I think that we should definitely at least have an application period. It might end up being that the only applicants are our existing members, but I think it would just have a really terrible lack of transparency kind of feeling if we did not do that. So
I think a lot of people were interested last time.
what's that?
A lot of people were interested last time.
Yeah, I looked at the last recruitment and I believe there were 10 applications that I
wow.
saw. Yeah, that's quite a
impressive.
bit.
So that's definitely all the more reason I think we should definitely take applications. Board thoughts?
No, I would agree that we take the applications and I hope our alternate and our existing will be in those applicants. I mean, I think there's a lot to grasp here, a lot of things happening with the change with your leadership and you know, I really want to continue that movement forward to not fall back.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
How many alternates slots are open? Or,
Just the one for
Just one.
2023. Yes, and it's the alternate public member.
and that's a year term or
It's 4 years.
4 years? Thank
So the alternate is up for a new slot. The permanent member, though, their
Yes.
term ends when?
No, it's the same time.
It's
Okay,
the same
so
both.
so
It's-
we
yeah.
do it, we have two seats. an
That's what I
alternate
was
and a
thinking too.
primary.
So
Oh.
one's a permanent, one's an alternate.
right,
Right.
Okay, I apologize.
they're both
Okay.
up, and they, yeah.
Now I'm tracking. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we have direction. I don't think you need a motion on this item.
No, I just wanted to get your approval.
Just to be sure that I got public comment. Does anyone have any public comment on this item? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and close out that item and move to.
Sounds
the
like
executive
Elliot
session
has
report.
public comment.
Yeah, what's something to say, huh?
When you can make sentences, you can have public comment. All right,
I'm understanding.
all right, Michelle, turn it over to you for your report.
So just very quickly, we're still, staff is still working on various projects for the city of Lincoln with their municipal service review. SUD-B or SUD-B, NAQ, Village 5 and portion of 7. The North Tahoe Fire Protection District and Meeks Bay reorganization is still at the county, what they're doing negotiations for property tax revenue. There's also some other outstanding applications that we have that, for example, the Newcastle Fire Protection District, Placer Hills, the chief is back there somewhere. That's a little bit further behind than the North Tahoe because we are waiting for the municipal service review for the Western Placer County fire, which I received good news. It looks like much of the data has been uploaded from the fire agencies. It's just one, really 1.5 district left. And that's not complete, but I was assured that that would be complete and within the next 2 weeks. So that's it from staff. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Any questions from anyone? All right, well, then we'll go and move to commissioner comments. Does anyone have anything for the good of the order? All right, fastest meeting ever. We're adjourned.
Great, thank you.